Hey everyone, welcome. We're often drowning in data but absolutely starving for real wisdom. Today, we're going to cut through all that noise. We're going to talk about how to find that one single metric that truly matters for your product's success. Let's dive right in.
But first, let me just ask you something. Have you ever stared at a dashboard that's all green, all charts pointing up and to the right, but you just had this feeling in your gut that something was off? Like, sure, the numbers look great, but they aren't telling the whole story about real, sustainable growth? Yeah, if you felt that, you are definitely not alone.
And that feeling? It leads us straight into our first big idea, the vanity metrics trap. It is such a common pitfall. It's where teams get caught up celebrating numbers that look super impressive on the surface, but they just feel empty because they have no real connection to business value.
So what kind of metrics are we talking about here? Well, they're usually the easiest things to track, right? App downloads, website traffic, how many new features you shipped. And look, they feel good to report in a meeting, but they can create this dangerous illusion of success. I mean, 1 million downloads means absolutely nothing if 90% of those people open the app once and never come back.
So the really crucial part is to understand why these metrics mislead us. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Total downloads tells you zero about retention. That huge list of registered users, it's meaningless if most of them are just ghosts who never return. See, vanity metrics report on activity, but what we really need are metrics that reveal the truth, the reality of our business.
Okay, so if that's the trap, what's the antidote? How do we get out of it? Well, the answer lies in finding your North Star. This is the framework that's going to give you clarity, focus, and a single point of truth for your entire team, maybe even your whole company.
A North Star metric, or NSM, is basically the one metric that best captures the core value your product is delivering to its users. Now listen closely, because this distinction is everything. It's not about what users do, it's about the value they get. That small shift in thinking changes the game. It moves the focus from our own activity to our customer success.
And this is where it gets really powerful. Just look at these real-world examples. For Spotify, it isn't songs streamed, it's time spent listening. That's a true measure of engagement and value. For Airbnb, it's simple, nights booked. For Slack, messages sent. You can see how each one perfectly captures that aha moment when a user gets the core value of the product.
So how do you know if you've actually found a good North Star metric? Well, it has to check a few really important boxes. It absolutely must reflect user value, not just your own business goals. It's got to be a good predictor of long-term growth, because this is all about building something sustainable. And maybe most importantly, it has to guide prioritization. Seriously, if your metric doesn't help you decide what to build next, it's the wrong metric.
But a North Star metric doesn't just exist on its own in a vacuum. To actually move that number, you've got to understand the difference between looking in the rearview mirror and looking out the windshield. And that brings us to leading versus lagging indicators.
Think of it like this. Lagging indicators, like your quarterly revenue or churn rate, they tell you what already happened. They're the result. They're reactive. Leading indicators, though, things like activation rate or time to value, they are predictive. They measure the behaviors that you believe will drive those future results. A really great product strategy needs a healthy balance of both.
And this slide just illustrates the whole system perfectly. Your North Star sits at the very top of this pyramid. You can't just reach up and change it directly. Nope. Instead, you run product experiments down at the bottom. Those experiments are designed to move your leading indicators, those predictive behaviors. And those behaviors, measured by your KPIs, are what ultimately lift your North Star. You don't just set a North Star, you have to earn it.
Of all the leading indicators you could possibly track, there's one that is so often the most critical, and that's time to value. This just measures how quickly a brand new user experiences the core promise of your product. If that journey is too slow, too confusing, they're gone. Speed to value really is speed to growth.
Okay, so theory is great, but let's see how this actually works in the real world. We're going to look at two fantastic case studies where this kind of thinking was put into motion in a huge way, Slack and Airbnb.
So early on, Slack was tracking the obvious stuff, signups, downloads. But they had this massive aha moment. They realized a user who signs up but never actually talks to their team is worthless to the business. So they shifted their focus to a key leading indicator, messages sent. They famously discovered that if a team sent 2,000 messages, they were almost guaranteed to become a paying customer. That one insight changed everything about how they built their product. And Airbnb's story is fascinating because it shows how your metrics have to evolve and grow up with your business. They started with traffic and bookings, the basics. But as they grew, they realized trust was their single most important currency, so they started focusing on review quality. And today, they even measure emotional outcomes, like loved stay scores. They literally turned a feeling into a key metric that gives them a huge competitive edge.
Okay, this brings us to our final section, and honestly, it might be the most important one. How do you take all of this insight and avoid that common trap of metrics theater, making sure your data actually drives decisions instead of just looking pretty?
I absolutely love this quote. Metric theater. It's when you present these beautiful, polished dashboards that look super impressive, but what they're really doing is hiding the ugly truth and the real problems underneath. It's when data becomes performance art, not a tool for making hard choices.
And here are the warning signs. You can ask yourself these questions. Are your different teams all chasing different goals, basically playing tug of war with each other? Is your dashboard just a tangled mess of backward-looking charts? If nobody can draw a straight line from a metric to a decision that needs to be made, you are probably practicing metric theater.
So here's a really practical checklist you can take with you and use to audit your own metrics. Just look at these questions. Is your main metric truly user-centric, or is it secretly about you? Does it actually predict long-term value? And here's the big one. Can your team directly improve it with the work they do every day? If the answer is no to any of these, it's probably time to go back to the drawing board.
So to wrap it all up, ditch the vanity metrics, they just create illusions. Find a real North Star metric that gets everyone aligned around delivering value. Use leading indicators to drive your day-to-day actions. And please remember, the whole purpose of metrics is to guide decisions, not to decorate dashboards. And I want to leave you with this final thought. Just for a moment, forget all the charts, all the spreadsheets, and ask yourself this one simple question. If you told your users your product was going away tomorrow, would they fight to keep it? Because that, ultimately, is the real measure of success. Thanks for tuning in.